Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host Mary Ellen. This is another episode of Slow Stitching Sew Saturday on a Sunday. Been a couple of weeks. It has been madcap and mayhem. Let me catch you up. I am pausing to have a look over there because I have a lot of show and tell before we get to the actual sewing. So did I bring the brochure? Didn't bring the brochure. Hey, so it's rock, we'll have to start. Okay, off and back. This is where I went. This is the Royal Agricultural Winter Fair, and my friends and I went. I go on the semi-regular. It was regular every year for a while. I fell out of practice on a whim. I asked a couple of my baseball crew if they wanted to go. They were all over it, so we went. So this is, I'll just do a quick flip through. It is 103 years, been going for a long time. It is horses. It is a lot of horses. I think that's where the money is, frankly. There's an animal theater, and so that is the, what do they call it? They call it some kind of super dogs. And it is sort of the trained dogs and so forth, and they put on a great show. There is a lot of showing of animals, so all of the animal types. So cattle, these are goats, that's a donkey. This is the map in the event we're going. They do a food competition, so jams, chilies, sauces, pickles, anything that you can imagine. There is obviously the milk world, there's the egg world. This is the sheep world, so we have shearing demos. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Small animal pavilion, 11 and 1. We wouldn't have been there anyways. So wool spinning, we hung out there for a while. Spinning competitions. I used to compete in the spinning competition. It's a drop spindle competition, and there is also a sheep to shawl competition that happens there. There's a petting zoo. It was way too many people. All of the agricultural stuff. So honey, eggs, milk, beef, pork. So that is the show. And while we were there, we had to do some shopping along the fiber world, and I will show you les shows that I have purchased. Put that over there for a minute. So this is, oh my gosh. So this is growth yarn, a DK yarn, perfect for anything that comes its way. Natural dyed indigo, 100% yarn wool, grown and milled in Canada from a single source farm. Strong and lofty, a great versatile wool for Canadian weather and wear. And it is a company called Revolution Wool Co. And I got 2 skeins of that. It is really, really yummo. It is so, I just instantly reverberated on this among all the colorways, mostly because it was blue and white. And I've got, my baseball team is blue and white colors, so I'm on a blue and white colorway kick. So a couple of skeins of that. Also got 100% pure Ontario wool from Wave Fiber Mill, wavefibermill.com. And this is Dorset, 2-ply, 100 grams, white 60 grams, 600 grams. And you can see how beautiful this is. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Yum, 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 yum. Love it. So that's skeins. Also purchased I've been using this. So these are yarn balls, and they are used in the dryer to speed the drying of whatever you put in the dryer. Also helps sort of soften the fabric. So it sort of replaces a fabric softener. Notice that it doesn't take all of the static away, because I've done a couple of laundries. So, but certainly reduce the speed at which you would take up the softeners. So those are fun. Pre-alert, if you don't like noise from your dryer, don't use this, because it sort of bonks around. I don't mind. There's that. From the same, from Wave Fiber Mill. I am so excited about this. And don't judge me for the state of my paper bag. Oh, look at this. Yummo. Yummo. Look at this. It's so good. It's so good. So this is, what is it called? Pin combed, I think. It's called pin. There's a pin in the word in it somewhere. I think it's pin spun, pin combed. In any event, you normally get a hank of fleece, and it is much bulkier. And this has been pre-spun, so a large part of the pulling the fibers apart is already done for you. So this is, I'm gonna say this out loud, not colored, and so I can spin this and dye it, or not dye it. I can spin it, dye part of it, and then blend it. I have all kinds of options. So watch this space. And yeah, my bag was a little bit off. So okay, so while we were at the spinning area, the spinning demonstration, so I was with one serious knitter and one person that we are trying to pull to the dark side, or the light side of light, depending on your perspective. There was a table, and that table had the title of this. Pull it up. Fiber Shed Ontario. There's the details if you want to have them. So you've heard of, maybe, the idea of a watershed. So you have a main sort of channel, and then you have tributaries, and all of the water is somehow connected to each other, and that is called a watershed. You also have in broader nature things like air sheds, same kind of idea. This sort of, there is conditions that make air sort of center around a particular pocket, but mostly you understand the idea of watershed. This is fiber shed, not a shed as in a little house, but the same kind of principle. So what Fiber Shed wants to do, and is doing now, is creating a sort of an Ontario fiber shed. So it is from sheep to final product, which means the growing of sheep, the shearing of sheep, the processing of the yarn, the spinning of the yarn, then the weaving, the knitting, the crocheting, the using of that yarn into some kind of material. Oh, there was dyeing, should have been in there somewhere. And it's supporting that whole notion, and the notion being that you want to be able to develop the small, the industry. I don't know if you've seen or read the book, The 100-Mile Diet, where a family decides that all of their food is going to come from within 100 miles of their home. And it changes the way they understand food, the way they source it, so on and so forth. So some of the same kind of idea. We spent, must have been a good 20, 30 minutes with that group. and so really started to get interested in that. And these are 2 postcards that come from, this is the Revolution Wool, and this is The Future is Wool, and be part of the Future is Wool 3-year community stitch project, exploring cross-cultural histories and planet-healing features of our favorite fiber wool together, blah, 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 blah. So they're making sort of a Bayeux-style tapestry. And you contribute your ideas, stories, and pictures to this Concordia University research and creation via this QR code. And I will hold this up. I'm gonna stand up to make sure that, sorry, it's all right. It's like QR code in the event that you're interested. And there's also the website, thefutureiswool.com. So I'm certain that there's a couple of you that would be interested in that. If you want me to redo any of these, I am happy to do so. The last thing, so also at the fair, there was, oh my God, there was honey. And so I've got a jar, it's 500 milliliters to, I don't know what it is in cups. It's a lot. It's a decent amount. In any event, I have fresh runny honey, and it is so good. Oh my God, it is, dip a spoon in, swirl it around, and then you do that sort of thing so that it sort of winds around itself, and just down you go. I also got some beeswax. I don't know if you can see the thing there. I wish you could have smell-o-vision. This smells so good. I love the smell of fresh beeswax. Beeswax is also one of the things from a sewing perspective that can be used to settle down threads. And it can also, from a paper arts perspective, be shaved and then melted into paper to create a different kind of paper texture. So that's the fair. What else have I been up to? So we've had some lists of things that we wanted to do. I have finished this, which is sort of the shawly shawl. Let me, so fold it out into thirds so that you can sort of see it. So you started, like you first tuned in at this stage. And so here you can sort of see, let's go to there. You can see that there's light that comes through. And that's because I was using the yarn as I had spun it and did not double it up on itself. And so this is quite soft and squishy. Then around midway, probably around purple, this side, I started doubling it up, and you can absolutely see the difference in the texture. This is almost like it's like really thick, whereas this is quite thin. Somebody probably wants some dimensions, so that is 18, probably 18 times 2, a yard. And I think this is about 18 or 21 inches. I think this is 21 inches. So that's the dimensions. I have, it has officially been snoozed on. So we have it initiated. The sides are not at all even. You can absolutely see the straight edges there. And that's because the wool has become thicker. And this is, I think, all of the yarn, my early spun yarn that is now used, I think. Reserve the right to, because this is so, like, it's so holy, I might want to do some weaving through the bottom parts, but I need to get some other projects done before I am allowed to do anything else. Please remind me of that, because there's trouble. Oh, hang on, I'm gonna put you on hold. This Sew Saturday is really important to me because I lose the plot so quickly of my projects, and this is so important to me to help keep me honest. So I also do love having to sit down and a natter. So one of the things from my Christmas holiday list that I needed to do is I needed to finish drop spinning the dog hair, and I have in fact done that. So these are the 3 balls of dog hair. It's 2-ply. And this is some green, like a bit of fluff. And it's amazing how much length you get from a bit of fluff. Then I needed to figure out what decoration I was going to do. And I have found this pretty simple star ornament thing, and that's what I want to do this with. And I have this blue so that I can do a test to see what kind of length I would be looking at, to see if I need to double this or what I need to do. So there's planning involved. So I need to crochet 2 stars plus the test to start. So that's on my list of things to do, which is there. Bowl cozies, I have the material and all the stuff collected in a bag. Hexi tablecloth is something else, but that's complicated. I need to do at least these 2. And here's my list of all the things that I want to make. Oh, okay, so I spun the dog yarn. And so there should be a crochet. Was that what that was? Yes, that was the lap blanket. Okay, and then to spin the dog yarn, and I'm going to crochet dog stars, because that's who I've become as an individual. Anyway, so I think, are you up to date? I think you're up to date. Not quite. So if you haven't watched, and you probably haven't because I think I've posted it for next Thursday, thrifted this beautiful little box. These are my apps. I love these to the power of the sun. So I'm peeling them apart, and if I can take that open, there we are. And I'm putting them in there. So that's my little treasure. Okay, all that blah, 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 blah. Now we're back to this. Okay, and I did not give you the opportunity to see anything that we've done. So this part here is nice, or I enjoy this, because my stitches are a little smaller and they are more frequent. There's like more little pieces than there are here. But that's okay. I think that's maybe the part of the exploration, maybe? Okay, so let's get ourselves all sorted out here. Got this. It's been a while since I've been here. I don't know what my setup is. These are 2 strands. Okay, that goes in the old work jar. Was this 2 or 4? It's 2. It's 4. There. That one's gonna go there. This one's gonna come here. But it was really good being at the fair. I missed it so much. It's such a happy place. So there's barns and all that kind of stuff there to, you know, house all the livestock and so forth. And so it smells like a barn because it is a barn. It's a functioning barn. And that smell and that earthiness really settles my soul, if that's a thing. We went on a Saturday, so there was loads of people, absolutely loads. Which was good. But sometimes it took a while to get close to the things that you wanted. So there's, you can walk through the barns, you can see all the animals, you can see the people getting ready for showing their animals and so forth. You can talk to the people. You can see the animals being shown. There's the big animal ring, the small animal ring, the Super Dogs Forum, and also there's at least one ring, if not two, that is dedicated to horses. And some of the horse shows are free, and some of the horse shows are paid events. Because I guess horses are all that in a bag of nuts. I don't know. The horses really are beautiful. And so you can get up close to them. You can, if they're in a good mood, they might be close to the paddock, so you can pet them and so forth. It's so, the thing that intrigues me so much about the horses is, what am I doing here? Focus. Just plug it down. Oops. They sort of want to know who you are, just kind of, I guess, kind of like, not like a cat, but like a cat or a dog, you know, you let it sniff. And obviously the barns are kept a little cool, not freezing, but you just, because the animals are giving off so much heat. And their breath is so warm and it's so soft and just, oh, so good. And all kinds of sizes of horses too. There's some massive, absolute massive workhorses that are there. They have, who are the horses? The Budweiser horses? They carry they're like an 8 team. They pull a beer wagon. That sounds so unglamorous, but it's all sort of made up and quite posh. That has gone right off the edge. Okay, we're going the wrong way here, I think. Are we? No. Just gotta fix. What else was fun? just the taking in of all of this stuff, just watching an agricultural fair is such a grounding event. It's like, oh yeah, that's actually real life. Not it's all cellular phones and this and that. I mean, obviously the people who work farms have access to technology, but they still have animals. And those animals are cared and fed for every day. And they're trained and groomed and loved and all of the things. And it's real in a way that intense urban life is not real. And I think that's one of the things that I get from going there. Just that sense of being, oh yeah, this is actually what it is to be a human being. And it's so funny watching urban kids react to the smell. Like, oh my God, smell. It's like, oh, it's like, it's not perfume, but it's like, I don't have any aversion at all to the smell of farms. It is deeply grounding to me and just, oh, it's like perfume? That's not perfume. It's just a good smell. Then again, I was able to, my mom comes from a farm, and a farm was a place that I got to visit on the regular as a kid. And so being in the cattle barn was never an issue. Let's see if I can go backwards. Here. Oops. There's somebody on the internet, of course there is, who is doing a Christmas Advent slow stitch calendar, and I so badly want to do it. I want to do all of the things. That's part of my problem is as soon as I see something, I go, oh, I want to do that. Oh, I want to do that. I do not have the time wherewithal to do all of the things. And I keep forgetting that. Ooh, that's a bit of a mess. So I have to be judicious. And part of my promise to myself, it doesn't sound like it's it's not a signed document yet, is that I ought not to take any more projects on until I get some of these other projects cleared. So now that I've got the shawl done, or the coverlet done, I want to, wow, that is not straight. I need to finish the socks. And where am I? So I've made progress on the socks. I am at the heel. I am doing the heel. Doing the heel flap. No, not the flap. Turning the heel? Yes, turning the heel. Which is super good. I'm close. Okay, now what do I do? Do I just pop over there? Sure. Come on. And I also have Christmas stuff that I've got to get done, because some of these things are gifts. The bowl cozies are gifts. The stars are gifts. Dog hair stars are gifts. I've got a couple of other things that I'm making that are sort of paper crafts that I want to do for Christmas. I'll do the old December daily thing if I can. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, let's go all the way that way. And that's just a lot of work. It's like, it's not work. It's I find it enjoyable, but it takes time, and I can't, my mom used to say this to me all the time. You can't do everything, Mary Ellen. I know, Mom, but I'm gonna try. Today I made space for my Christmas tree, which is very exciting. Upset the pants off of Gracie. She did not like that at all. I've also moved the couch. So, what we call it, decorating is upsetting to animals. For those of you who may not know, Gracie is my cat. She is not a fan at all of this moving around. Ooh, that's a lot of layers. I could feel it. So that's something I'm going to do tonight, is get the tree sorted. Basic assembly, I think, is what is going to happen. And it usually takes me a bit of time, like multiple days, to get the tree decorated to my satisfaction. Because altogether now, anything worth doing is worth overdoing. Oh, well, maybe. I've been thinking periodically of what I'm going to do once I get the orange done in this sort of pattern or method or style. And I think I want to do more stitching between, but I don't know quite how, and I don't know if I'm going to change the color or not. It's all very exciting. Oh, what have I learned? I think I have an idea for how I'm going to edge this too. And it is a blanket stitch that comes from, oh dear. Oh, stop. Sure. Oh dear. Well, that's why it was, doesn't matter. It's fine. The blanket stitch is a Bronze Age trim method using the blanket stitch as a base and then going over it a couple of times in a specific patterned way that creates this really interesting design. So what do I need to, I'm trying to figure out how to do this so that I can do it this way. Well, I've already got it started, might as well keep going. Nice as well. Oops. So I want to try that. I also want to try that on my my Boro inspired Blue Jays coat. I have not sewn, but I have pinned. I've pinned the lining where it needs to be basted. So I have made progress. That much, barely. But it's currently not a priority because A, baseball season is over, and won't start up again until next year. And B, I have got way too many other things that have more glaring deadlines. Oops. It's becoming so much more stable, as you would expect, with this kind of intense stitching on it. Like, it used to be all kind of floppy and weird, and now it's not floppy and weird. I feel like I've got that on the wrong finger. What? Stop. Which way are we going here? I am not going to be able to get that little bit done with this, so we are going to stop. Just going to stop. We do not get in Canada without a subscription service anyways, UK broadcasting. And they have a show called I don't know. It's The Game of Knitting, The Throne of Knitting, The Knitting Show. I don't know. It's an elimination. It's kind of like Great British Bake Off, but for knitting. And all we get here is access to podcasts of people who are reviewing the show. Oh, at the end. Pretty much close to. Cool. And so oh, nope, it's got to be on that side. Nope, it's got to be this way. Wow, that's a lot, Mary Ellen. So I've been really following a couple of podcasts who are doing an incredible amount of work on doing the review. And there is something called the Knitting Podcast with Adam and somebody else. In any event, Adam is a new knitter, an engineer, and his co-host is a PhD student who is doing her PhD on craft, some technical detailed aspect of arts and crafts and so forth. And their podcast is not just, oh, here's what happened on the show. There are segues into tangential topics is well worth it. It's really, really interesting. And when and they also do the annotated, they do a transcription, so it's accessible. And probably because there's a PhD student on board, it's annotated with resources, which is amazing. That just looks weird, but that's fine. Where are we at? Up to here, okay. The whole thing is hosted by Tom Daly, who is an Olympic diving champion for the UK, and he famously knit in competitions. Not in competitions, during competitions when he wasn't actually diving. I mean, he wasn't diving and knitting. You know what I mean. And that is really cool that he was able to give knitting such a profile. Don't need to do 100 knots. I think we're on the last bit for this pass. Doesn't really matter how. Doesn't really matter. Oh, did I show you? I don't know if I did or not. I should show you. So, I think I did. But I'm gonna make sure anyways. My home, one of my homes, it's called HomeSense. It's a kind of like Marshalls, or it's retail but discount of home wares. And this is Posh ribbon. It's felt ribbon. In any event, I bought it for the spools. So I've got 3 of them now. And I don't need any more unless it goes on sale after Christmas and is a lovely discount. So we all get our spools one way or the other. I do not have access to antique Italian markets where my spools are 300 years old and have the patina to prove it. We get what we can get. This one I handmade. It's fine. It'll all be fine. It doesn't matter. So long as you make it and you're happy with it. Making the scroll, I mean. Time does scamper. It is like 45 minutes in. I feel like I've hardly covered any stitching. I have to say I'm really interested in the fiber shed. Have I said that? Did I start talking about that? I want to see what kinds of things they are interested in and how to support them. I think it is largely for the fiber, like the animal people who own sheep, the dyers, like that end of the industry. Though I was talking to a guy who, he has an alpaca farm, and alpaca is another, his yarns are so beautiful. My friend we were walking by, we looked over the shoulder to sort of look at the stall, and she immediately said, I need that yarn. And it was a perfect match for something that she was been trying to get for a hat, to match some gloves that she'd made out of yarn. But she's like, I'm never going to find a better match. And so anyways, while she was doing her purchasing thing, I was chatting up the guy, and he said that one of the limiting factors in Ontario at the moment is the lack of mills to process the fiber. And he said so he has purchased a mill, and the mill is adjacent to his farm. And he said when he was previously, the way that he would do that is he would send the fiber to Nova Scotia, and there was such a backlog of business that he was doing the following year shearing, and he hadn't got the prior year's shearing processing back. And he said that was pretty much the point at which he went, you know what, we need to find a different way to solve that problem. So that's another thing that I love about the Royal Fair. It's like you can talk about the production and the issues, and just, you know, what are the struggles, how can we support the industry, so on and so forth. And I am not going to open a fiber mill, but if any of you want to open a fiber mill in Ontario, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, you know what, there's going to be a whole bunch of people happy about it. Because I have a dyer friend of mine who talks a lot about getting stuff processed, and having a good processor is really important, and also having one that has capacity is really important. It's a weird little bit. Okay. Oh, and so some of the people, like you can get like stickers and brochures and business cards and all that kind of stuff, and then every now and then you'll come across a group that is giving away something that they would be wiped out in no time if they didn't have some kind of method for slowing down the consumption. And for us, that was the Get Cracking Egg group, and they had these fun little get cracking, fridge list things, magnetic things. And so you had to answer a skill testing egg question. And what was mine? Mine was true or false? A pullet is a brown hen. And I took a long time to think about that. And then I had this weird thought that I had heard my mom use the word pullet, and it did not mean a brown hen. And so I said false, and she said that is correct. A pullet is a not brown, a young hen that hasn't laid eggs yet, I think, has never laid eggs. Anyways, I was very chuffed that I got the answer right. So let's just do a slow roll to see if we've got all of the bits. So I should have 2 rows of stitching on any overlap area. Yep. I feel like that needs a double line and that needs a double line, because it's going to give some more, like this is all very dense and this is very loose. And that will just help catch this up. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Orange, yes, it's fine, it's orange. Oh dear. I'm not going to need all this. That's fine. It's thread. Shorter thread also lets you do this a lot easier too. I think I'm supposed to, or at least the other method of doing this, is to pull out each individual thread so that this doesn't actually happen. But oh well. It's fine, it's thread. You got it? Here we go. Yep. Yep. There. This back on. Which do I want to do first? I almost want to do the double lines outside, not one in, one out. Or I do them really closely together. Like that's super dark. Okay, so maybe I do the outline and then that's what I'll do. Okay. Got to talk it through. Talk it through with my peeps. This will also integrate some of the smaller stitches too. You know, you got to start somewhere. Which way am I going to do? Around? I was going to do that. Well, then do that. I didn't mean to sound so mean to myself. Decisions can be hard. the amount of Christmas shopping that happens at the Royal Winter Fair is also pretty awesome. My one friend was able to get under farm products that are available. I talked about the honey, and I got some beeswax. She got some beeswax candles for her mom. There's a bunch of lavender farms. So, fun fact, Southern Ontario, so the Niagara Peninsula, so that's Niagara on the Lake and Niagara General, is about the same line of latitude as parts of France, which is absolutely known for wine. And they are, and so Canadian wine is, the Canadian wine industry is an actual thing. Where was I going with this? Oh, yes. And so also in France, you have lavender fields, and lavender is another thing that is grown in Ontario. And there is Stratford, Ontario has got so it's a place that grows lavender. You can go for afternoon tea. It's close to Stratford, which is a theater town, if you're unfamiliar. And not a huge surprise, they do Shakespeare, among other things. Shakespeare and musical, they have a thrust stage. It is so good. I've been there several times. And so you can have like tea at the lavender place, and then you can go for a night of theater. There's a spa there. You can buy lavender, do all the things. And so lavender is something that's available. And so you can buy lavender products like soaps and I was going to say bits. They're not bits. You know what I mean? Like the blossom where the perfume is that you can, the potpourri. Wow, that was a lot. But you tell me that potpourri's in bits. Okay, I'm going to do that. And we've got enough time probably for just that. And then we'll be done for another week. Or at least this, and then we need to do the list of, okay, so I need to, it's just helpful to me to be able to commit to you of what I need to do. That keeps me focused. And my mental health circle of care would say that it is really useful to be accountable for the things that you are planning. And this is my way of being accountable for my fiber. And also my paper arts. Ooh, wow, that changes. I'm gonna have to have a spread out look at this one and when I'm done. And then, of course, there's all the yarn. Then there's meats, and Northern Ontario is represented fairly robustly. And Northern Ontario has a lot of Indigenous makers, and so you can get all kinds of really yummy foods and jams and rices and materials. Ouch. So we had such a good time that there's a thing. Now I realize I went way off the beam. I know I was not supposed to cut those bits off. We're gonna have to do something with them though, because this is weird. So there's a thing in March here called Yarn City. I don't know. The big knitter said, oh, we should do that. So that's our plans. Okay, so let's have a look. Yeah, so that's going to be better, I think, having those out like that. And so we have all this. Yeah, yeah. Did I do it tightly? That was pretty tight, but that wasn't. Well, we can make it work. Yes, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So we're going to roll this back up. Okay, that's a little bit better of a roll this time. Struggle to do this well. Yeah, I think it does need to be tucked in. So sewn in, but not cut off. I can deal with that. We're gonna have to either pick a different color or a different shade, because I think I don't necessarily want all of this to be orange. It's just getting kind of blendy, which is fine. Don't mind a little blend. Doesn't do that. Okay, that's fine. There. Yeah, that's coming along. Woohoo. So that is all for now. No, it's not all for now. So what am I committing to doing? Oh, I've got to crochet the dog ornament. I've got to do the bowl cozies. I theoretically need to look at the hexie tablecloth. So those 3-star things are still the 3-star things. Oh, and socks. Finish the damn sock. Okay, and that will be that. So we will see, and I think I am good to be back next week. All things being equal, the creek don't rise. I don't have anything else to do. Wish me luck, as I always need it. So that is all for now. Please take very good care of yourself. Stay out of trouble best you can. I will promise to do the same best I can. Love you lots, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.